Well, welcome back. This weekend, you have a chance to take a trip back in time to the late 1700s. Tipton-Haynes State Historic Site presents the State of Franklin Battle. Matthew Fry, co-director of the Tipton-Haynes, joins us now with more on what you can expect at the event. Thanks so much for joining us here.
Yes, ma'am.
You guys have been very busy. This is happening this weekend.
This weekend, yes.
So we were talking a little bit before about the prep that goes into it. It's hard to put a timeline on how long it's taken.
It is hard to put a timeline on it. We've been working with Sycamore Shoals for reenactors and their groups there for the Over Mountain Men and trying to get everything set up for our site. So it's been interesting for the last couple of weeks getting ready for this.
Okay, so tell me, as somebody who might want to come and watch this, what can I expect when I get there? What's going to happen?
So we open at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we'll have stuff going all day, most notably being at 10:30 we'll be showing a documentary of the state of Franklin that was shot on our site and a couple other places around of what it was. And then at 12:30 again we'll be showing the documentary, but at 2 o'clock we'll be showing representing the actual battle that happened on our site. So it surrounded our historic home and happened there itself in 1788.
So is this going to be a full-on battle reenactment?
We hope to have as several reenactors on both sides, and they'll be end up reenacting the Tipton-Knights and the Franklin-Knights, which is the Tipton and North Carolina militia and the Franklin militia that ended up fighting at Tipton-Haynes itself. So we hope to be able to reenact both sides and be able to actually show them shooting and arguing of like they would have, because we have depositions of the time period. So.
Do you really? So it'll actually be things that were said during that time you'll hear?
Yes.
How cool is that? I feel like a lot of people don't really realize the massive battles that happened right here where we live.
Yes, it's a hidden fact that it was right here, is in your backyard, but most people don't realize that. So.
Is there anything that you've learned about all of this that you feel like most people don't really know?
Well, it's something that most people don't really know is, and still needs to be taught, is that Franklin was supposed to be the 14th state to the Union, and that's what people were fighting for out here. They wanted their own government to rule, to have in charge of their own places, their own town, their own cities. And North Carolina, controlling all of this, ended up saying no at the time, because they ended up taking the lands back, and which is what started all this. So it came to a head actually at Tipton-Haynes, and they ended up, North Carolina ended up winning that over with our Colonel John Tipton. So
something definitely to think about every time you drive down State of Franklin Road.
Yeah, that's it. Most people don't realize why it's called State of Franklin Road, but it's because this was supposed to be a state.
The State of Franklin.
Yeah.
How great is that? Okay, so what time does the actual battle reenactment happen?
The battle is at 2 o'clock, and it'll go until they finish. They'll go as long as they want with it. So, yeah.
Till last man standing.
Pretty much. So they'll have some arguments within it, and some skirmishes within the battle itself. Because, like I said, we have some speaking parts to go with it, so of what was actually said. So they'll have different pieces with it, but they'll go until no more.
How great is that? Well, it sounds like you guys have a very busy weekend ahead.
Yes, most definitely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Now, again, remember, this is happening this weekend. It's going to be Saturday at 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's going to be at 2620 South Roan Street in Johnson City. It's going to be $5 for adults, $2.50 for children. If you want some more information, you can call that number right there on your screens. That's for Tipton-Haynes. Matthew, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, ma'am.